Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Mel Chadwick and I'm a freelance illustrator, and today I have a new video series that I want to share with you called Show and Tell. So I want to talk about a project that I've worked on that I've really enjoyed. I want to share the inspiration behind it, why I did it, how I did it, and also share how I made it. So I'm going to be sharing this project today with you. These are mini cards of encouragement which I have for sale in my Melly Bee shop. They are all screen printed by hand. So I've got 4 designs in my range. Each one contains 2 cards which have 2 different motivational words or phrases. So I'm going to tell you how I came up with the design, what was the inspiration behind it, and what went into making of them, and also packaging. So my Melly Bee shop is where I focus on creating screen printed goods which are either on paper or fabric. I wanted to create some cards which would encourage other people and motivate them. Got inspiration from a podcast that I was listening to called Creative Pep Talk, which is run by Andy J. Miller, and he is very good at pepping people up. And so in the same kind of effort, I wanted to also create something that would encourage other people and inspire them and keep them motivated. So I really wanted to produce something that was screen printed by hand, but also had like a really good quality to it and a really nice feel. I know some cards that I've bought in the past have actually been really flimsy, and that was something that I definitely didn't want in these packs of cards. So I actually went and found some really nice vellum card. It's got a really soft kind of texture, a little bit like a Moleskine book, but it's really thick as well. I think it's about 320 grams, which means that the ink would sit quite nicely on this, but also they wouldn't be flimsy, and you feel safe that they wouldn't be bent easily. I also wanted to make sure that the colours that I'd chosen were not overcomplicated and that they would really stand out and be quite classic. So I really like the black and the gold combination. I felt the gold really would make the cards feel a bit more luxurious and special, and then the black was just because it was bold and you could easily see what the cards were saying. So I really wanted this project to have a handmade feel to it, and definitely wanted to include some hand lettering. So I decided to hand paint all of the textures and all of the writing. Once I'd finalised what phrases I was going to use and also what kind of textures, I then took it into Illustrator and vectorised it, and then came up with the final patterns and the arrangement. Designs were then printed onto acetate and burnt onto screens. This meant that they were a lot more permanent and I can use them again and again without fear of them, degrading too much. So I had one screen which had all of my patterns on, the next screen has all of the words on, and that would be printed in black. As you can see, I'm just printing the first layer, let that dry, and then I'll print the second layer in the black on top. So the next step is to guillotine all the cards once they're all dry. And to finish it off, I used my Warrior corner cutter. And as you can see, it really gives a nice finish with the rounded corner edges. I think the important thing with any project that you make is that the final packaging has to do justice to the product itself. I always find that if the packaging is off or doesn't quite work, it really lets the whole of the product down. So in my packaging, I decided to, although keep it simple, I still wanted it to all tie together, especially with the rest of my products in my shop. Found some craft envelopes that I wanted to use, and then also some cellophane wraps. But then I also designed a wraparound which says on the front what it is, and then on the back it says that it's made using recycled cards, screen printed by hand, and in the UK. as well as my little logo. So I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. You know, they work great as a little set and would make a lovely gift for someone who needs encouragement, or you could just keep them for yourself and stick them up by your workstation like I have, just to be reminded to keep pepped up. So yeah, they're available from my Melly Bee site, which I'll leave a link up here to, and they're all ready to go. So each set is only £2.50. So guys, I hope you found this useful and interesting, and I hope to be sharing more projects that I've done recently with you. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below if you have anything to say, and I look forward to seeing you again soon, guys. Bye!